Hello, TikTok, hello, YouTube. I'm so happy to be live again. I'm back to Miami, so I decided why not? The internet should be amazing, and therefore, why not to do lives? Lives are more personable, and I feel like I'm talking to every one of you instead of just recording the video. So I think it should be better. Now, today we're going to talk about the relationship, how to get the attention of your man, especially if lately your man was not very attentive, maybe not very romantic. We're going to talk about that. Actually, I will do two lives like this. The one will be how to get your man's attention back, and the other one will be what not to do in the relationship. They are very similar and very interesting. So I'm sure you will like both of them. Let's start with the first one. I'm so loud on TikTok. All right. I do also hope that everybody is doing good, as it is the time between eclipses. Plus, we have Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, a lot of astrological kind of influence on us. But this influence is good because this influence make us really strong, and the changes are coming faster than we thought. That even if you think that you're not ready for the changes, they will come, and you will have to kind of adjust yourself. Maybe this is better. All right, so let's get to the subject. Now, the subject, I see it often. I see women that are worried when their man is basically pulls a little bit away, when he is not as romantic as he used to be, when he's not as active as he used to be, when he doesn't make too many plans, or something similar. And for the most part, I always say you don't need to worry. I mean, there's nothing, but it's not easy for everybody, and I know how hard it is. So I'm going to explain why this happened and what to do about that, because obviously, if it doesn't work for you, you shouldn't be okay with that. So remember what masculinity is. The more masculine a man is, the more he is focused on the result. So he really, frankly, doesn't care about any romantic stuff. He doesn't care about feelings, emotions for the most part, as long as he's accomplishing some kind of result. And in the relationship, the result is you, whatever that might be. Maybe he wants to marry you, or maybe he wants to sleep with you, or maybe he wants just to go out with you. The result, the project is you. It's not something else. It's always you in the relationship. I mean, now his main goal is to basically to make sure that he accomplished this project, and that's basically it. You just need to make sure that you are an ongoing project, a project that he feels sometimes he accomplishes, and sometimes not. So that's the whole kind of game. It's not even a game. It's something that should be natural, but not too many people can do. So let's imagine you started dating a man. He showed you all the interest, all the kind of. He really was into you. He was taking you on dates. He's texting you day and night. He's really really into you, and it's genuine. Honestly, he's interested in you. You are a new kind of exciting new project for him. So he basically wants to get the results from this project. There's nothing wrong with it. It is genuine when he's all in, and genuine when he's not all in. And a lot of people call this love bombing. It's not really love bombing. It's basically he's genuinely want to conquer you, to get you to get you as his winning project, so to say. So this is absolutely normal. Now I'm going to talk about in this video about men that are interested in you, that have interest, that obviously are not just complete strangers. Now, if a man lost his interest in you, then you need to watch a different video. The video gets your man back and do the meditation. The partner meditation. I'm going to put it in the description of this one. Why? Because if a man doesn't have no interest in you, that means that you guys are on a different energetic levels. So you met over here, and then let's imagine you dropped a little bit, and he's already not interested. He pulls away. So you need to adjust the energy for him to come back. This is the video, get your man back. In this video, I'm talking about you guys are on the same level. It's just the man is not very very active as he used to be, and I will tell you how to get back. So you're still on the same level, but it's just he's not as active as he used to be, as romantic as a lot of things. So this video. For example, you have a husband who used to be who you used to go on dates all the time, and now he seems never to have time for you. Or maybe you have a boyfriend of many years that you guys used to be extremely close, extremely like I'm not sure, you used to cook together and everything, and now he pulled away. Or maybe you have somebody with whom you don't live. Maybe I'm not sure. Maybe he lives somewhere. Good morning. Maybe he lives somewhere separately, and you just basically you don't understand why he's not as eager to see you, as eager to spend time with you as you would want to. I mean, he used to, but now he seems to have other plans. So remember again, a man is, especially masculine men, are very linear. They have only one project in mind. So when they conquer you, they could not really focus on something else. Now when you are conquered, then they focus on something else. So it's not as easy for a man as for a woman to kind of to balance themselves, and a man's focus is to close every project. Femininity is horizontal, meaning that whoever is basically focusing on doing what? On growing. So you have a friendship, you grow in that friendship. You have a relationship, you grow in that relationship. For a man, especially anybody who is masculine, the tasks are usually linear. It's not like this. It's okay, I need a friend, I will make a friend. I will come and I will talk to somebody and he's my friend now. So it's not about growing the friendship. It's about okay, I made a friend, check mark, that's it. I don't really care. Now, men obviously change, just as women. There's nothing wrong. But if your man is feeling too comfortable, then this is what you need to do. All right. I put over here, masculinity is selfish. They have a project and they put all their effort in until they complete the project. And then they put the project on the shelf. So if your man is not doing any kind of actions or anything, that means that he puts you on the shelf, your completed project. And he conquered you, he knows that you are there, and he puts you a little bit on the shelf. That's why I always tell all my ladies, all my clients, or even all my friends, I always say, don't fully commit to any man. A man will tell you, oh, let's be exclusive. I don't want you. It hurt me when you're talking to other men. It's this and this, but that's not what he really wants. It flatters his ego, but it's not really what he will appreciate. If you are a complete project, you are not on his mind anymore. Periodically you are. I mean, obviously if you guys live together, then and if you have a family together, if you play house together, I mean, obviously you will appear, but for the most part you won't be on his mind all the time. That's just normal. This is how masculinity operates. Masculinity could not operate in different directions. Masculinity operates in one direction only. Put a lot of effort into one thing and complete that thing, then that's something else. That's what happens. Now, if you are that project that was conquered and don't mind to be on the shelf, then that's absolutely normal. I know a lot of ladies that are married to men and they hardly speak a word to one another. I mean, there's obviously a little maybe romance, a little intimacy, but for the most part they're satisfied with being housewives and they don't really care whether the man doing anything or not. They're satisfied with their lot. Usually these men are good providers, so they just have the money and they do what they want to do. So if this is something that doesn't bother you, then it's fine, really. Now, men, despite being very linear, they are not stupid, really. They understand that particular projects, even if when they put on the shelf, they need something to stay on the shelf, right? So, for example, if a man has a challenge to make himself a garden, he understands that garden, even as a complete project, so he already planted everything, he knows that as a complete project, this garden needs to be watered at least periodically. I mean, maybe even some fertilizer needs to go in. So when you are a complete project, you need to make it clear to your man that you need a particular watering as well. You're not going to stay on the shelf unless you haven't what you want to have, what you're looking for. So for example, you don't mind if so a man conquered you, right? You're a couple already. Let's imagine you live together, or let's imagine you're exclusive. You need to make a particular demands, so you won't be unhappy. Instead of nagging him and telling him, "Oh my God, you used to be so attentive, and now you're not," you can tell something like, "Well, if you want me to be exclusive, then you have to support me," or something. But you could not just become exclusive just because he asked you to. That's too easy, that's too easy for the project to be complete. So men, because they know they're not as consistent, they understand that they need to contribute something in exchange for what they want. If a man wants you to be exclusive, he knows he has to do something. Now it's up to you to tell him what it has to be. You could not say, "Oh no, all I need is your love and attention." Okay, then he just basically closed the door on you. You're a complete project. You will stay there. Yeah, you will nag a little by little, but for the most part, you will stay there and you will tolerate his indifference. So you had kind of to step in and say, now you could not expect from a man love and pleasure, because that comes from you. I mean, obviously that's logical. You are a feminine woman, so you need to develop love and pleasure. But what you can expect from a man, either him providing for you particular security, maybe experiences, or paying for those experiences, because a masculine energy contributes that. Masculinity contributes security and material well-being. And if you are smart enough, you will tell your man, "Yeah, I don't mind to be exclusive. I understand you're a busy guy. I understand you have a whole bunch of projects, but this project that is complete also needs some kind of nurturing, and that nurturing can come in the form of monthly deposit or something, and you will be available." So masculinity is not is very understanding. They do understand that there is something needs to be done for you to stay on that shelf, for you to be that complete project for him. Now, I would take a step further. I would never be a complete project, and I would also put particular demands for me to stay in his life, and this is normal. Again, masculinity is focused on results. They are not focused on emotions. They would never say, "Oh my God, you're using me." No, masculinity will never do that. Masculine men, they know that they have to contribute something. They apologetic, that they are not very emotional, that they are not very caring, so they don't mind. Now, a goal for every man, as I said, is to close the project as fast as possible. This is how masculinity operates. They don't have patience, so if they have something going on or something pending, they need to close it either way. So either they will completely give up, or they will just successfully. Ideally, it has to be a successfully closed project. That's why men are in such a rush to sleep with the woman, or to marry a woman, or I'm not sure, to take on a date. That's why they will put all the resources just to complete this project, meaning that they would spend the time, the money. They will do the love bombing. Love bombing, again, it's sincere. It's not that he's not he doesn't mean it. He means it. It just, for it to continue, you have to basically to act apart. So this is the goal for every man. That's why the men are usually, they're pushing you and pushing you and pushing you, and you feel a little weird if you're not giving in. You don't need to give in. You basically just need to make sure that that you have your priorities set up straight. Yes, for him, he needs to conquer you. He needs to close this project. For you, you can make it last forever. I mean, as long as he doesn't get bored, because again, a man has to close his project somehow. Now, sometimes I hear this woman, even I remember my friends used to say, the best way to keep man's interest is not to sleep with him on the first date. There's some kind of rules that you have to kiss him on the third date, sleep with him on the seventh date or something. I'm not sure. I never really followed them, and I think that's silly. Why do I think that's silly? Because I have a lot of examples where you basically when women slept on the first date, and they still, I have two friends that are married to the guys that they slept on the first date. They one of them met at the bar, slept with him. They already have 3 kids right now, so, and they're happily married. I have another one, similar story. What I want to say is that it doesn't really matter when you're going to sleep with the guy. The matter is how you position yourself. What is your energy projection? What are you feeling about this couple? I mean, are you strong or not strong? Are you a victim or a victor? And that's basically it. It has nothing to do with sleeping or not. If you are into one of those, okay, I'm not going to sleep until he proposed to me, I mean, you probably will lose the interest, especially if you both have chemistry. I mean, really, it does not play any role. I will tell you, as a person who studied tantra for so long, and the energy, it does not. It's sometimes the women are getting too attached after they have they're intimate, and a man is closing the project very fast. Now, your man, if your man is distant and you don't understand what happened, so suddenly out of nowhere he became very busy, he doesn't have time, and you're feeling like he's slipping away, you're feeling that he's losing interest. He's not losing interest, he closed the project. Doesn't mean that you are out of his life, you're still in his life, and he's fully, if he has interest, you are in his life, and you will be in his life until you decide to leave. It's just your closed project. There's nothing wrong with that. It's normal to kind of lose a little interest in something you were very interested in. Now, usually this happens when you are fully committed to a man. You become a good girlfriend. Read convenient girlfriend. So once you become this good convenient girlfriend, for him, you think that everything is perfect. Now you have this man who is absolutely adoring you, who is very attentive, and you're really committing to him. You cut off all your admirers. You just all in with this man, and suddenly he started becoming distant. When you put all yourself in, he became distant. Now, it's nothing wrong with that. Again, it just he became distant because in his mind he believes the project is closed, that there is no need for him to do all this kind of dance if you're already in his life. He believes it is like this. Masculinity is always like this. I have masculine friends, I have masculine clients. They all think the same. They believe if it's done, it's done. I don't need to kind of, unless it's a project that requires constant maintenance, like a garden. If you have pets or flowers, you have to contribute to them, otherwise they will die. Yeah, they are all over there conquered, but you need to put some kind of effort, and men obviously do understand that. Now, usually what happens when a man become a little distant, a woman, so this happens because you didn't give him the instructions. You didn't tell him that, okay, if we're not going on a date at least twice a week, I mean, that won't work for me. I'm fully committed to you, but I need to have my time with you. Or if like I had this guy a long time ago, I told him that in my culture, a man has to buy flowers. So he buys the flowers. As soon as the flowers died, you need to buy new flowers, and like this on and on. So I dated him for 8 months. For 8 months, every week, he would buy me a fresh bouquet of flowers. I told him, if the flowers will die and you don't buy me a new one, that means that the love is over. So this is, I put in his mind that the maintenance for this relationship is to buy the flowers. Yeah, he stopped doing everything else, but the flowers were one thing that was coming in. You see? I mean, I explained what needs to be done for me to be that convenient project that is closed. Now, usually women don't do that. What they do, they start panicking. They start feeling neglected. They start feeling like, oh my God, what's happening? Why is he pulling away? Why, what did I do wrong? Maybe I need to try harder if he's pulling away. The craziest thing. And like, and they start doubting themselves. You see, instead of those women telling a man what they need, they start looking inside themselves for some kind of faults. So they're like, oh my God, maybe I don't look too good, maybe he lost interest in me, maybe I gain weight, maybe I need to become skinnier, maybe my boobs are not big enough, I need to make them bigger. And like this, they're looking within themselves, when for a man, they just a closed project. He feels completely unsatisfied, and the woman is now start kind of doubting herself, start pleasing the man, start earning the love that he was given so freely just moments ago. Now, and this is wrong, obviously. This, when the client comes to me with something like that, I mean, thankfully I don't have many clients like this. My clients mostly are very conscious like that, but when they come and I'm like, this is the first thing you will do. The first thing you will do, you stop all this trying to please him and trying to be a good girlfriend. You already chosen. You don't understand. He already chose you when you were not the perfect girlfriend. Why do you think you need to do something extra? This is the funniest thing. But I was somewhat similar. I would not be like trying to please the man, but I was always looking to myself. Maybe I said something wrong. Maybe last time when we went out, I was not nice enough. I didn't smile enough, stuff like that. So I would not try to please him, but I would constantly judge myself, constantly trying to look for some kind of faults. I never once thought maybe the guy is just busy, or maybe he's, maybe something something else. I would start looking and digging for problems in me. I mean, honestly, I remember one time I thought maybe I have bad breath from my mouth. I don't know. I just thought that if the guy doesn't kiss me that much, maybe something the issue. I went to the dentist, and the dentist like, there is nothing wrong. I don't know what's the problem. So I went to a different, and there was no smell. I asked all my friends and everything. It was just like a glitch in my head. So I went to a different dentist. I spent so much money, and all in vain. So, anyways, but this is something you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to look for the faults in you. You're supposed to kind of to pull back and kind of reevaluate the situation. There, you see, I put over here. One action you should never do if your man is distant is trying to close the gap and chase after him. For example, if he doesn't text, you are super nice. Hey, babe, how are you? Like this, or hey, I missed you. So he used to text you. Now you are running, you're trying to close that gap and you're trying to text him, or you're calling him. Hey, I know you're busy, but then, or I don't know whether you coming or not, but I made your favorite food or something like this. It's the most terrible. So you have a gap right now. You think the gap is in your perception, and you're trying to close it. And remember, a man loved you when you were not closing the gap, and you were not even close to that. So why would he suddenly want you to become different? So this is the action that you should not do. You absolutely don't do that. You are not closing the gap. If you need to take a break, but don't rush into, don't try to earn love, don't try to close the gap. You will lose. I will put here, you will lose. Now, what you need to do though, you need to start observing the thoughts. Usually when a man distances himself, he's distancing himself because it's normal. It's normal for masculinity. He kind of won you over. Now he needs to focus on other projects like this. It's normal. And it doesn't mean that he will focus on other women. He will focus on other projects in his life because his relationship kind of status right now is in order. It's a closed project like that. Now, what you need to do, you need to kind of take a step back and start observing your thoughts. Usually when a man pulls back, a woman starts thinking something. Oh my God, is he liking somebody else? Does he looking for somebody else? Am I not good enough? Like this. Or am I losing him? I love him so much, I could not lose him. I chased off all my admirers. Now what, I'm going to be by myself? Like this. You need to observe. Those thoughts will come up. Whether you want it or not, you will start doubting yourself at first. Why? Because you got so much attention, so much love, so much of everything, admiration, flowers, presents. I don't know usually how men are, depending on the energy of the man. And if you want to know how your man is going to court you, then watch the videos on man energy of air, fire, earth, and water. But you will start doubting. Like suddenly a man is just distancing. Unless you're masculine, you will start doubting because you invested all yourself in him. Now he's pulling away, so you will start doubting. This is the mistake. You need to stop with that, and you need to stop all these thoughts that what if I lose him, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to live without him, maybe he's interested in somebody else. This has to stop. All of them, they need to stop. You don't talk about this to anybody. You don't talk to him about that. You definitely don't tell him, oh my God, you don't love me no more. It's as annoying as I am. It's very, very annoying. The insecurities are annoying for everybody. So you're not saying nothing like that to a man. First, what you need to do, you need to start adjusting your thoughts to something like, we have amazing time together. It's so nice to be with him. I'm happy that he took time to conquer me, to show me that he's the man for me. I'm so happy that we're together. So something like that. Remember, you always have thoughts from the position of strength. Masculinity does not tolerate weaknesses. Yes, they love feminine women. They love softness in feminine women, but they don't tolerate weaknesses. I mean, I don't think anybody tolerates weaknesses. It's just feminine people are more empathetic, so they're trying to kind of be nicer. But for the most part, nobody tolerates weaknesses. So if you will start with this desperate cries, hey, I miss you, I haven't seen you in a while, this and that. I mean, in the beginning it will be cute and the man will try to do something, but for the most part he will get annoyed, and then you will have to watch the video how to get your man back, because your energy will drop. You see, you met right here, the man won you over, then you start thinking, oh my god, he's pulling away, maybe I'm not good enough, hope you drop like this. And then your thoughts, maybe I need to do something extra to be good to him, hope you drop again. And then when you start whining, oh my god, you don't love me no more, you don't pay attention no more, you like this, now you energetically don't match, the man is losing interest very fast. So if you want to stay on this level, you need to be in strength. Remember, in strength all the time. Nobody can leave you, nobody, especially not a man. A woman is much more stronger energetically and emotionally. Man is strong outside, but this is all a facade. Inside, men are very weak, very weak. So it's up to you whether you will give him strength or you will take that strength. And I know this because I'm a feminine woman, and I did the mistakes of what I was just telling you, and I also act the way I am going to teach you how to act this right now. So all those negative thoughts has to go away. You're not bringing them up, and you need to start focusing on things that you want to be. For example, I'm so happy to be with this man. He's amazing. He adds to my happiness. I'm so glad we're together. You're not putting him on a pedestal. You just basically liking the relationship you have with this man. That's it. You're not worshiping him. You're not telling him, my God, what kind of man I get. This is the best man I ever had. No, you focusing on how you feel around him, on the relationship that you have with him. Now, then, if the doubts start creeping in, you basically are telling something like, okay, so maybe we don't spend much time right now together, but I'm still grateful that we are together. Even if a man distanced himself completely, you tell yourself something like this: okay, so even if we separate, even if we are not together, I'm still grateful for the time we had together. I'm grateful for his kind of for him courting me, for him buying me amazing presents, so maybe him taking me to nice vacations. I'm still grateful. Like this, no matter what happens in your life, remember, you are like an egg. Nothing, no matter what happens, you still live your cycle, and you just basically focusing on your life. That's it, nothing else. All right, so then what you need to do, you need to distance yourself. If a man is distancing, instead of you closing the gap, you need to increase the distance. Now, if you're on the same energy level, a man will feel that. He will feel it, and he will want to close the gap himself. So now, not you are running after him, but he will start closing the gap. Why? Because he will be like, okay, so the project on the shelf, got the legs and just moved out. So now he feels like the project is not complete, or there must be something to recomplete the project. You see, and you need to distance yourself right away. That's why I often hear these videos. They say you need to mirror man's kind of actions. Yes, but from a right standpoint. So you're not distancing yourself just because he's negligent or he's not attentive. You're distancing yourself because it's time to focus on yourself. If you're too much into a relationship, you basically dissolve yourself in this relationship. Whether you want it or not, a man will distance himself because man, and not only man, but everybody loves some kind of individuality. If you're too much into him, closing this gap, you are losing the individuality. He loved you when you were unavailable, when you were busy with everybody, when you were, when you when you were this social kind of focus on yourself woman. So don't you worry if you uh, create distance between you two. That doesn't mean um, he will not want to close the gap. He will. Now, if you will distance yourself, but inside you will be still very hurt, and you're like, my God, he doesn't love me. He will not come back. He will find somebody else, and he will not close the gap. Why? Because your energy is dropped. He's not interested now. You need to make sure that you stay on the same level. Then he will close the gap regardless. Look, you guys are like this, he will close. Somebody has to close, and if it's not you, he will close, because masculinity is focused on actions. He will do that. I guarantee you. I did it so many times, not only with men. I did it with not with my friends. With my friends, we don't play this kind of games, but I did it with some people that I had to interact during my travels. I did it with some of my clients, unconsciously, honestly. I did it like I do it pretty often. I'm not, like if somebody gives me a shoulder, a cold shoulder it is. So that's what you do. You create the distance in a strong position. You are not creating the distance in a weak position. Like I remember, I'm like, okay, so I block the guy everywhere, and I'm okay, that's it. I'm not talking to him. But yet the whole day I'm sitting and thinking about him. I'm like, why is he not trying to reach me out somehow? He should come. He knew where I used to work, so he needs to at least come to my work, or he needs to do some kind of, send me flowers to my work, like this. So I distance myself, but technically I was very much into his aura. Like I was invading almost his aura. So this was not, and I obviously dropped very much because I thought that something is wrong with me, and that's why he's losing interest. So he was not closing the gap. He closed the gap when I kind of gave up already on him, and I started living my life again, enjoying my life, enjoying my other admirers, enjoying my friends, and he reappeared again. Why? Because my energy went back to his, and I already was not in a victim state, and I was not invading his energy. He reappeared, and a few times, and this is not the only guy. I mean, I had a few guys always like this. I made mistakes just like all of you do. So you need to create distance, creating distance, creating. So imagine there is like a spiral between you that's hold you together. Now, when you pull it, he unknowingly wants to kind of to get to you, closer to you, like a rubber. The more you pull, the more he wants to. The more you pull away, the more he wants to get to you. That's why men are so always controlling. At least they try to. They always, oh, who you talking to? I don't like this friends. I don't like that you have the admirers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is it's all the talk. They all want to control you, kind of for their own benefit. So they will. Um, so they will have this influence over you, so you will become the closed project on the shelf, and they can focus on something else. I always tell you never to commit to anybody, even if it's a husband and you guys have 5 kids or something. Now, so once you distance yourself, um, the man will start looking for you. He will start acting and working on this project of you again. This is exactly what I do every time, because I'm very feminine. A lot of people take my femininity and softness for granted. I'm a nice person. When you talk to me, I'm very friendly, I'm this and this. And sometimes people take it for granted. They think because I'm willingly give this niceness, they don't need to do nothing. They don't need to, well, not always, but for the most part, they believe that they're entitled to it every single time. And when I'm giving them, if I'm giving it every single time, then they start distancing themselves because they believe they already have me and I will always be like this. And I'm Reiki master. As soon as I feel some kind of this kind of energy that the person is too comfortable with me, I pull away right away. And then they have to kind of to push themselves back to me, because I don't do this stuff. I don't do this mediocre stuff. I'm not, unfortunately for me, I'm not a gold digger, but I would not tolerate any kind of disrespect or lack of attention from a man or from anybody else. I mean, I understand that everybody has life. I'm not on any man's back that much, but I would also not um, I would not take less than what he offered in the beginning. Like, this is just a standard for me. And honestly, I don't mind to lose anyway, so I really don't care. This is the strength of the feminine energy. You're so like confident and strong within yourself that you know that you will always have somebody. You will always have company. You will always have man. You will always have friends, clients, whoever you are so dependent on. And these people, they don't leave you, and other people are coming because you're so confident. The strength is in you. It's not in another person. When you have a man and suddenly he starts pulling away, and you are like all in panic, what I'm going to do if he will, if he will disappear. I mean, really, let him go. If you would be strong enough in your femininity, you will know. First of all, he will never leave you. Second, there are others that would gladly want to be with you. And third, okay, so even if they all leave, you will have fun on your own because you're energetically fulfilled. You give yourself love and pleasure. It's men who need you, not the other way around. All right, so what are the steps? What are the exact steps of what you need to do? You need to remember that masculinity is linear, and therefore all this kind of the fireworks of kind of emotions and attention will not last forever unless you will demand it. So if you demanded that you need to get a present every week for you to stay with this guy, then he will like, okay, that's fine, present every week, check. But he will not be as committed to you all the time with his time and energy, because masculinity can only focus on one project. It's either you or maybe his business, or maybe, I'm not sure, his hobbies or something. So he could not be all over the place. Femininity can, masculinity cannot. So you just keep it in mind. If a man is distant, that doesn't mean that he doesn't love you. That means that he thinks you're a closed project, and let me focus on another project that is open, like this. Honestly, I dated a masculine man. Masculine men don't usually cheat. It's not that he's looking for another woman. He's just basically decide, okay, we're good with this woman. Now I can focus on something else. He doesn't even understand that you have all these thoughts in your head. Oh my God, why is he not calling me? He probably doesn't love me anymore. He doesn't even have a clue. All right, so you remember this. Now, remember another thing. Despite the fact that you're feminine, empathetic, and fully committed into any kind of relationship, you are a priority. No matter where you are, even if you have 5 kids and a husband and 2 dogs and 2 cats, in all this bunch, you are the priority. Not your husband, not the dogs and cats, not even your kids. It's you who is the priority. You, only you. And only when you are as a priority kind of satisfied, then you can give a little energy to the rest of this bunch. It's always you the priority. If the guy will leave you, good riddance. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if the guy is distancing himself, fine. I have things to do. That's fine. I'm not, I have companies to keep anyways. I mean, there is somebody always around. I can focus on myself. I can meet with my girlfriends. I can travel or something. You need to understand that you're a priority. Masculinity will always focus on themselves. They're selfish. Masculine energy is selfish. This is normal. They would never be successful if they would not be selfish. You just need to play according to their rules, so to say. Now, you are the priority, not him. The man can tell you whatever he wants. Oh my God, I need a woman that fully loves me. I need a woman that fully committed to me. I need a woman that is only mine, blah, 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 all this. He can say whatever he wants, doesn't mean you need to do this. He is telling you this, so he will close the project fast enough and focus on other projects. You can be like, yeah, that would be nice to have a woman like this. But if you want me to be fully committed to you, I mean, I need to make sure that I don't need other men around. And this is almost impossible. I'm a beautiful woman. I will always have men around. This is normal. You see, this is normal. This is just how it is. So, anyways, this is your priority. Remember, your priority, not your family, not relationship with him, not even your kids. You are the priority. Without you, there won't be no experience in life. Then the third one, so the first one, masculinity is selfish, you know this, you're the priority. The third one is you never commit fully to anybody. Committing fully for a feminine woman is very rewarding and very comfortable. A feminine woman is always looking for a comfort zone. I'm telling you, as a feminine woman that always pushes herself out of the comfort zone. So you think, my God, finally, I found this Prince Charming. Now I can relax and kind of be. Yeah and no. So you never fully commit to anybody. Look at every single person in your life as a temporarily somebody who helps you to develop, like this. This would be the best the best the best way to build any kind of relationship. So the man is now, I'm enjoying his company, I'm really loving how he's treating me. But if he will leave, I mean, okay, so then there will be another one. I mean, or somebody else. Like I'm having this man because we'll match, because just the stars and everything. But it's okay. I mean, even if we are together and we have two kids, he's still a temporary thing all the time. Nobody is constant. Only you are constant, and even you change all the time. So nobody is constant, and this is how you should look. For a feminine woman, though, fall into comfort is the kind of, it's a constant desire. It's a constant kind of um, wish, right, to be so comfortable that you can just be nothing else. But this is not where you will grow. You will only become weaker. If you will get into comfort with the man, you will become much weaker, and you will not be able to progress. You will not be able to um, to tend to yourself and to be an independent, strong you. So don't do that. Now, always, so do not commit fully. Even if you're married to the guy, do not commit. You know, just tell, look, I love you very much. Right now we're married, but I have admirers. I can't stop that. I mean, I'm a beautiful woman. What can I do? You got the best that is there. So he just needs to live with this thought that he will constantly need to work to keep you in his company. That's just how it is. That's why maybe I'm a little bit against marriages. I know that marriage is kind of a protection, but I'm against, because sometimes men take advantage of it. And I'm telling you, the person who's been married 3 times, that sometimes they feel like, okay, once we're married, she's not going nowhere. I mean, it's funny, but still. All right. The next option, the next point is you need to have options always. How those options could look. I'm not telling you to cheat on your man. I'm not telling you to have even male admirers, but you need to have options in your life. So you have a man, you are dating a man, and you're dating a man, and you guys are happy and everything. But if you feel like you're kind of dependent on him, if you wake up and you look at the phone and there is no "good morning, beautiful," and you get a little this sour feeling, then you start depending on him. You're codependent on his wishing you good morning. Now, if he would not be in your life, wouldn't your morning be good? I mean, there must be something good in your morning. Maybe you can go to the local bakery and get yourself some breakfast, or maybe you can order yourself some breakfast. So you need to have options in your life. This was my biggest lesson. I never really cheated on men, but I never also had options. Long time ago, obviously, right now I have. But a long time ago, I would fully commit myself to a man, and then I would sit like this and wait until he will finally find time to come and take me out. I mean, how pathetic it was. And I'm happy that those men showed me how it was for me. I mean, it was very not healthy for me, not healthy for them. So what you need to do, you need to have friends, you need to have your family. If your man tells you not to socialize with your family, with your friends, I mean, he just needs to kind of to tolerate them all, because you need to have options. So always have options, even if you don't always have plans, always have options, always have some kind of hobbies, always have something going on for you. The only thing that you maybe don't 100% need to have options in is security, because if you're with the man, that's kind of his his responsibility to himself, provide for his own woman. This is maybe something, but even then, I always tell my ladies that you need to have some kind of money, either invested or something that would kind of back you up, so you wouldn't depend on money. Always have options. Then what you need to do, you need to take your energy back from your man every day. And if you think that if you will take your energy back, your man will forget, no, he won't. This is what happens. This is you and this is him, right? So the one with the bracelets is you. So when you getting too comfortable with the guy, you start invading his space, like getting all over. Unconsciously, the man will basically try to pull away, because nobody wants their energy space to be invaded. I mean, especially if it's invaded all the time. You do it unconsciously, he does it unconsciously too. He pulls away unconsciously. And I think I spoke about this in one of the videos. If I will find it, I will put it in the description as well. So what happens when you take the energy? When you take the energy, you're basically removing yourself from your man, the bracelets, right? So when you take the energy, you're basically removing all this energy that you were invading from the man. Ideally, if you tend to hang in other people's places, you need to take that energy back every single day. And this is something like this. I take my energy back from Adam and all the situations connected to him. The energy gets purified and comes back to me. Say it 3 times before you go to sleep. If you sleep with him, then maybe say it in the morning when you're by yourself. But you need to take the energy back. Energy belongs only to you. It doesn't belong nowhere else. If it will start belonging to other people, then you will feel betrayed, and and other people will feel invaded. You need to start doing this. I don't say that your man is distant because because you're invading his space. Your man is distant because you are a complete project now. But regardless of that, you still need to make sure that all your energy is taken from him. All right. The next one is obviously, I already said, you need to focus on the good. So focus on how you feel in those relationships, any kind of relationship with the man, with this particular man, or with anybody else. You always focus on how you feel. How amazing do you feel with this man? Whether he will be in your life again or not, I mean, you already had your experience, and this is what you focus on. You focus that you are an amazing woman, and that no man can really leave you, I don't know, any of that. You focus only on good, never on anything else. And whenever a man becomes distant, remember, you pull back. You are not trying to close the gap, you're pulling back. So he will realize that, okay, something is off. Let me go research what happened to my complete project. Again, remember, the man does not do it on purpose. The man doesn't want to humiliate you, or doesn't want to kind of neglect you. He doesn't do it on purpose. He could not focus on many things at once. He's focusing on one. He thinks that everything is good between you two, but then suddenly you start pulling away, and he's like, okay, what's happening? let me kind of quickly focus on what's going on. And usually what happens, he comes, and if you are in a normal state, you will tell him, look, I've been missing you, I feel like you're too busy or something. And he like, okay, so let's have a date night. And you will tell him, I need to have date night at least twice a week. I mean, I could not be just sitting waiting for you. And you will tell him whatever is important for you. So if for you it's important to receive flowers from him every week, do that. If for you it's important to have his financial support, say that. I mean, you can whatever you want, but make sure don't close the gap. Once you close the gap with him, once you're trying to kind of to chase him, that's it. You lost for the most part. So don't do that. Don't ever do that with actually anybody, or unless it's your fault. But usually it is not. It's not really. All right, that's it. If you have any questions, please do ask. Let me just sum it up really fast. Remember, this video is if your man is interested in you. If you were just a one-night stand, he met, he basically, you guys had sex, and he doesn't even remember your name. I mean, this is a little different. He's not even interested that much. You can still pull him to you through the meditation or some energy work, but I wouldn't even focus. I'm talking in this video about men that are really interested in you, that you are in a relationship with, or at least was in a relationship, and suddenly he became distant. Usually it happens because a man believes that you are a complete project, and that's just it. Doesn't mean he's not, does nothing harmful. He just believes that this project is closed and he can move on to the next project. You need to tell him that this project needs a constant maintenance, and he will gladly do that as long as you're not giving him the victim kind of complaints and crying and all this, and as long as you are not looking for love and pleasure, because love and pleasure is something you give yourself. If you will start asking man for love and pleasure, he will get lost, and he will he will get lost for sure from your life. He will lose himself. So that's something you don't. And remember, no looking for faults in yourself. As soon as you start looking for faults in yourself, you drop. Man never look for faults in them. They believe they're perfect. They believe they're just this amazing kind of amazing creatures. Yesterday I was in Publix, and somebody is talking to me, and I'm like, I went for a run, so I had my headphones, so I'm listening to one of my videos, and so he having me in my phone, and the guy keeps talking to me, and I don't understand what he wants. The guy, I'm not tall, I'm 5'3". The guy is my height, I think, maybe just a little taller, and he just he believes he's so amazing. What I want to say is that don't, he might be very amazing, I'm not sure, but don't look for faults in you. There's never fault in you. There is fault in circumstances, fault in perception. The man might think that you guys are good and he doesn't need to take you on dates no more. You might think that you want to have dates all the time. Just it's a different perception. You just need to fix that perception, nothing else. All right. Make sure you stay strong. You never try to close the gap. As soon as the man is a little distant, you distant too. Make sure you don't ask him, "Hey, are we good? Is everything okay?" No, the worst thing. Don't do that. First of all, you shown him that something is wrong. Second, and he's like, nothing is wrong. I'm not sure why you're making a problem. And second, you start acting as a mom. And a man doesn't want a mom. A man wants a woman that he wants, basically a woman that is focused on herself. And anyways, that's it. There will be another video of what not to do in the relationship. I think it will be next Saturday. Did you notice that I put the videos now Wednesday and Saturday, as opposed to Thursday and Sunday? It was like that. But starting in January, I started putting like this. So I'm going to do the lives Wednesday and Saturday. On Wednesday, I think I will do it in the evening, maybe around 6. So we'll rotate like this. Anyways, I'm open to any suggestions on the new videos. I still have kind of a list of what I want to talk about, but I'm open to, maybe you have some kind of suggestions. I would gladly consider them. And if I'm if I have enough knowledge and expertise, I will obviously talk about that. I'm happy to be. My God, TikTok is so active. I'm happy to be back on live. I think it's a little. I will see how the video will be saved. I think the videos that I upload, they're really in a good quality, as opposed to sometimes the videos that that sometimes the live is not the best quality. But internet is good here. I'm so happy to be back in US. Somebody asked me what I missed the most from the United States. My first thing was the internet, and the second was my clothes. And yeah, this is something that I really missed. But there are a lot of things that I actually missed while traveling. Anyways, if there are no questions, I will see you tomorrow. Wednesday, maybe even no, not tomorrow. Please do stay sane while this is eclipses time. There was an eclipse on March 13. Now there will be another one. I think the end of March or the beginning of April. That one was lunar eclipse. Now will be solar eclipse. The time between two eclipses is basically the time when you're progressing in life very, very fast. So usually, like for example, if you wanted to change a job, right, and you were like you were thinking about changing the job during the eclipse time, you will change it fast like that. It's like the planets are fixing up something that you don't have enough courage to fix. It's the extra energy that is given to you. You just make sure that you're staying positive, and whatever comes, just accept it as it is, because that's how it is. Accept the changes. I mean, we're all women, as I think most of my listeners are women, and women accept whatever comes their way. So it's always like this. All right, that's it. I will see you on Wednesday. Um, Let me know if you have any questions. Please follow. If you know anybody who will benefit from this video, who is like really crazy about, I think I even will send this video to a couple of my friends that are really worried about the man being distant. Please send it to them. Let them have an amazing, rewarding relationship from a strong position. I really wish somebody would told me this long, long time ago, when I was like all crazy about losing a man and trying to find any kind of fault that I might have just because he's a little distant. It was an interesting experience, but I'm here for you. I recorded this, and please do send it to anybody who might need it. All right. Bye, everybody. Bye, TikTok. Bye, YouTube. I will see you on Wednesday, and enjoy your weekend.